Hi, everybody. I'm Sharon Spurlock, and I'm the Senior Director of Family Support at the St. Louis ARC. And I'm really excited to be here to talk to you today about how we use Charting the Life course tools to give our staff more resources to help people achieve their vision for a good life. At the St. Louis ARC, we use all the tools that we have to build what we call the ARC Advantage. We let our staff know that we think that they are the difference between having a great quality of life for the people that we support. And so our signature strength as an agency is that we are relationship focused, because the only way to really help people have the vision they want is to know deeply what the things are that are important to them. So we want to get to know people well, really, really well. And in Foundations 2, we're using all the tools we have to help people build those skills. We are accredited by the Council on Quality and Leadership, so we use their personal outcome measures to help guide us. And we adopted the Charting the Life course philosophy and tools about 18 months ago. We've been using them for quite a while. But now as an agency, we're committed to helping people understand how they can use these concepts and these tools to really create the lives that they want. So I'm going to get into the very middle part of this 3-hour training, because I think it's a key piece to being able to help direct support staff figure out how to build skills for people they support. So we do something in our agency that I think is really important, and that is help people learn about concepts by using them for themselves, and at the same time identifying somebody they support that they're going to see as their muse throughout a training. So they're using tools from the life course and other resources to help learn more about themselves, and then they apply it directly to the people they support. So in this training, we start with them thinking about their vision for the future. What is it that I want to have happening in my life? And then knowing about the folks that they're working with, what do you think your muse's vision for the future is? And what's important to them? What are the relationships that are important to them? What are the places that are important for them to go, the people they want to see, and the routines that make a difference? We dig into the one-page profile and really think about those gifts that people bring. And we look at a person-centered thinking tool to think about what are your gifts of knowledge and things you like to talk about. What are the gifts that you bring from actually doing something, cooking or gardening? And then finally, gifts of the heart, the things that you care deeply about, the things that really are your personal characteristics that come out. And then we deep dive into personalizing those gifts and strengths for both the person and for their muse. So they're tracking this using the Charting the Life course one-page profile. Now, here's the fun part. We take those gifts and we break our staff into small groups, and we ask them to really use that as a way to lead into community building and social roles. So they do a fun brainstorming where one staff member chooses a gift that their muse has. And then a small group of employees brainstorm about all the roles they could have in the community that would maximize that gift. So for example, if I'm somebody who's super funny, I need to come up with 20 roles that would maximize that gift. Now you might think 20 roles, that seems crazy, but the research shows that it does get really hard around numbers 14, 15. And then this is where creativity really comes in, and we can help people by pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and think creatively about other roles that people might have. Let's think about this person who is funny. He could be a docent at one of our educational facilities in St. Louis and really get out and share his knowledge, but also entertain them with his humor. So that's the role that this team felt was really gonna maximize his gifts. So you put that in the center of your star, and then think about what else does he bring to the table? Maybe there's knowledge that he has that would make him really talented. Maybe he has some other kind of strength, just being able to navigate a physical space. Then you look around the star, technology, Perhaps he doesn't have communication skills. We could program an iPad to create his presentation as a docent and have that available to him. Want to look at relationships. Who does he know that has connections at places where they use a docent? And how can we look into those opportunities to help him get a foot in the door? And then what's out in the community more broadly? Maybe we think about docents being available in museums around town, but they also use docents at the zoo. Many of our parks have docents if they have educational opportunities. So broadening our thinking about that. And then landing in eligibility specific. Would he be eligible for someone to assist him as a volunteer or to use vocational rehab services if this is going to build into an employment role? Here's an example from one of our employees. Again, we think this is a really strong way to show people that these are tools that are functional for anybody. Our employee Stephanie wanted to work with our refugee population in St. Louis, and she completed this star to look at all the different options she had to pursue that. And she thought, you know what, I'm going to use my friend Jeff. That's the one that makes the most sense for me. So you can see we can continue to connect all these pieces. Then we use one of the tools from Carol Blessing's citizenship training, where we take people from being present in an environment to having a social role. I think this is really important because so many times we take folks with disabilities into a community setting and we say, oh, it didn't work out. They didn't seem to like it. They had some sort of a challenge that was really difficult, and we give up and we move on. But the reality is, if we look at the way we enter new environments, we don't just leap in right away. You have to build those things. So we walk through with people, how is it that you can help somebody just physically be present? Maybe they just go and they walk around and see what other docents are doing. They don't have to talk to anybody. They can observe and see if it feels comfortable. The next step is interacting with people, maybe talking to the volunteer coordinator, doing something that's going to help you start to get more comfortable and feel more connected in that space. Then active participation. Maybe you go to some training. Maybe you participate in the activity everybody else is doing. And then finally, you may end up having a social role. That doesn't happen every time, but those are things that we think about as we move forward with this community belonging opportunity. And again, here's Stephanie's example where she decided tutoring was the way to go. And she shows us how you can move from being present in the environment, going to a tutoring session, then interacting with people, finally actually engaging in tutoring with the kids, and then she gets assigned as the lead tutor where she has to come up with assignments. So this is the process we all use to move forward in our social roles. So that's the information I wanted to share with you today. There are so many ways that you can think about Charting the Life course as a tool to empower employees who really want to help people have better lives, but they don't necessarily always have the tools that they need. So this is a really fun example, I think, of being able to take people from learning about what's important in people's lives and building through so that you can actually help them to find their place in the community, build deeper relationships with you and others, and hopefully find that vision for a good life that they're looking for. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation today. Remember to check out everything at Charting the Life course and have a wonderful week.